So, in practical programs, so we have discussed till 12 programs, and even HTML also yesterday we have discussed. Okay. So, the yesterday's class, if you go through the HTML program, you can understand. So, the main thing in HTML program is you should know row span and column span. So, remaining thing is easy. Okay. So, just go through the HTML program. If you have any doubt, in offline class, once again we will discuss. Okay. So I'll start the chapter SQL because in practical programs list, SQL program 1 and SQL program 2 are there for the final practical exam. Okay. And in final practical exam, even though it is not there for execution, that is by typing in the computer and showing the output, but you have to write it. So you have to write in the paper. So to write in the paper, so you have to understand the SQL program. So once you understand the SQL program, you can write easily. So we will discuss today. Okay. So you can just, if you have kept notes beside you, you can just copy the chapter name. That is SQL. So SQL is called as Structured Query Language. SQL is called as Structured Query Language. Okay. So many programming languages are there. So C++ is one of the programming language. SQL, HTML, PHP, Java, and all. Depending on the applications, so we have to use the programming language. Okay. So if we want to maintain the database, and if you want to get the data from the database, then we need the language called as SQL. Okay. So here query meaning, it is nothing but like, see, general meaning of query is question. Sometimes after the class or after the speech, you might have heard about this word, any queries, they will say, any queries. The speaker who is going to speak on any topic, after that he will ask any queries. Any queries means any questions. Okay. So in computer science, even we can consider this query is nothing but a command. Okay, command, or we can say, or instruction we can say. Okay, command or instruction. So whenever we say instruction, so collection of instructions becomes program. So only, so when you consider it as a program, so definitely it should be programming language. So only it is language. So query meaning question, or it is a command or instruction. So group of instructions makes a program. So programming again what group of the programming language. So SQL is a programming language. So SQL is a programming language for DBMS. Okay. So C++ is a programming language to develop applications, some of the applications which are not related to DBMS, but SQL is related to DBMS. So DBMS meaning, so database management system. It is nothing but database management system. DBMS is nothing but the database management system. So database means it is a collection of data. Database is a collection of related data. Database is nothing but collection of related data. Okay. So what do you mean by related data? See, for example, if I want to maintain the student database, if I want to maintain the student database, then the information related to student only how to collect. The information related to student. So information related to student means, see, I can consider roll number, name, marks, and percentage. These are the information related to student. So to collect information related to one student or many students, that makes one database. So DB is database. So database is nothing but collection of related data. If suppose in student table or in student list, student name mark, instead of percentage, we consider salary. Okay, then it doesn't make database, because database is collection of related data. So salary is not related to student. See, if a student is working as a part-time job, then it's different. But generally, salary will not come into a student list. Okay, that is student data list. So it is not called as database. So here, compulsory the things related to student. So these are called attributes of the student. So the attributes should be related to student. For example, if I consider employee, okay. So if we consider employee DB, employee database, then the things related to employee will be considered, like employee ID, employee name, employee salary, employee designation or department, which department he belongs. If suppose if you tell employee roll number, okay, then this doesn't make database. Employee is not called as database because roll number it doesn't belong to employee. So of course when you are student, it is related, but now it's not related. That means employee database means roll number will not come, and hall ticket number will not come. Like that. Okay, so the things related to employee only will be considered. Then it makes one DB. So student database, employee database, for example, vehicle database. Okay, like that. You can consider. So this you can take a screenshot or you can copy it. So wait for a minute. Next we will see how to get the data present in database. If you want to get the data present in student database, how it is possible? If you want to get the data present in employee database, and how to create the database, how to create student database, how to create employee database, how to add the data in that database. Those things we can see by using the concept of SQL. There one programming language is needed. See in MS Excel also we can do. In MS Excel in table format you can do it. But if you consider DBMS, database management system, so database management system is a software. If you consider DBMS, so many advantages are there and many applications are there. So only instead of considering Excel, we will go for database, that is DBMS, database management system. So just wait for a minute, you can take the screenshot or you can copy it. Okay. And if you have any doubts, you can ask. So you can chat and ask or you can speak and ask. Okay. Just take the screenshot or you can copy it. Any doubts? Okay. So when we consider the database, so there are many ways to design the database. Okay, there are many types, there are many ways. That is hierarchical database. This is one type of designing the database. It is called hierarchical model, hierarchical database model, network database model. Okay, network DB model, relational database model. So when we design the database, Database can be designed in hierarchical format, network format, relational format. Okay. So we will discuss about relational model because SQL is applied for relational model. Structured query language is applied for relational model. So relational DB means, so in relational DB what happens? Data is designed, data is stored in rows and columns format. Okay, data is stored in rows and columns format. So rows and columns means it is nothing but a table format. Data is stored in table format. Whereas in case of hierarchical and network, data will not be stored in table format. Okay. So hierarchical meaning, simple example I will give. So hierarchical meaning, if you consider like father, okay, or if you consider grandfather, then father, okay, then son. So this is hierarchy from top to bottom. From grandfather, father, son. Like in inheritance we have discussed. Okay, this is multi-level inheritance. So this is hierarchical. So network means like this. So if you are connecting like this. Okay, this is network. It's a network connection of two things. If you say internet, connection of two or more computers. So that is network. So this is hierarchical, this is network. Relational meaning data is stored in rows and columns format. So rows and columns means table format. So if I consider student database, then you can consider like this. Student table. Then in student table, so you can consider roll number, name, class, marks, and others. So these are the data. Student database. So student database is designed by using rows and columns format, that is table format. So this is called as, this is based on the relational model, relational database model. So relational database model means data is designed in table format, that is rows and columns format. Then you can say it is based on relational data model. So once we design the data in relational model, then we can apply SQL. Okay, structured query language is applied for relational data model. So SQL is a programming language, or you can say structured query language used to manage the data present in relational data model or relational database. Used to manage the data present in relational data model or relational database. So manage the data means creation of data, adding the new data, deleting the data, updating the data. These are the operations you can do with in the relational database model. Relational database means data is organized into rows and columns format. Okay. So once it is organized in rows and columns format, so you can apply SQL. So once you apply SQL, you can create the table, you can add the data in the table, you can delete the data in the table, you can update the data in the table. So whatever operations you can do with the student database, it is possible. Create, update, delete, modify. So these things you can do with the relational database model. Okay, SQL is applied for relational database model. So it is called as RDBMS. R stands for relational. RDBMS means relational database model, relational database management system. So in 1 mark you will get these questions. Okay, so you should answer. That is, so definition, expansion of DBMS, expansion of RDBMS. So DBMS meaning, the simultaneously you can copy, by listening only you can copy it. DBMS meaning database, okay, database management system. This is the meaning of DBMS. From 1 mark you may get expand DBMS, or what is DBMS? Database management system. Similarly, you will get it RDBMS. RDBMS means relational database management system. RDBMS meaning relational database management system. So DBMS meaning database management system. RDBMS meaning relational database management system. So if you want to copy the notes after the class also, so recorded video will be stored in the teachment tab. You can go through. Slowly you can go through the video and you can copy it. It's not a problem. So DBMS meaning database management system. RDBMS meaning relational database management system. And while class is going on also, you can take this screenshot. Okay. So now we will go to SQL commands. Okay. So sometimes in 1 mark you may get the question, mention the types of, database model. Okay. That means In how many ways database can be designed? In how many ways? So this is the answer. Hierarchical model, network model, relational model. So you have to answer like this. Mention the types of database model. Hierarchical model, network model, relational model. Okay. To make it the question also. SQL commands. Next topic is SQL commands. See, command meaning instruction. Instruction given for a computer. So group of commands makes group of instructions. Group of instructions is nothing but program. So group of instructions is nothing but program. Whenever we consider program in a computer, we have to consider the programming language. So one such programming language is SQL, structured query language. So command meaning instruction. Group of commands makes a group of instructions. Group of instructions make one program. So we can consider one SQL program. In that way, one SQL program. If you are writing two or more commands in one SQL, so then it makes one SQL program. So whenever you write SQL commands, so SQL commands are grouped into five categories. Okay, first one is DDL. See, in 1 mark you get these questions. Okay, easy questions. Full form. Okay, DDL. DDL meaning data definition language. DDL meaning data definition language. Remember, DDL meaning data definition language. See, if you want to copy, simultaneously you can copy it. Okay, data definition language. Second, DML. Okay, DML meaning data manipulation language. DML meaning data manipulation language. This is DML. Okay. Next, third one, DCL. Okay. DCL meaning data control language. Data controls language. Next, fourth one, it is TCL. Okay. Transaction control language. Transaction control language. Last one, DQL. So data query language. Data query language. So 5 categories of SQL commands. Okay, DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, DQL. Data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, transaction control language, data query language. So in 1 mark you can get the full forms. So you have to remember. Okay, and even you can get what is DDL, what is DML, what is DCL in that data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, transaction control language, data query language. Okay. So till now, if you have any doubts, you can ask them. Okay. So people can copy or you can take screenshot so that later you can copy. First one we will see now data definition language. So in detail notes I will send. Okay, don't worry. So as a PDF or I will take the photo of the notes and I will send. Don't worry about that. So we can copy in the notes later. So data definition language. First one, data definition language. Okay. So in data definition language, so we have three commands. In data definition language, we have three commands. So that is create command, or we can say create table command. Create command. Next one is alter command. Third one, drop command. See, these are the keywords in SQL. You have to remember the keywords. And keywords here are written small calculators. It's not compulsory that you have to write in calculators. When you install the Oracle software, where you can execute SQL commands, in some softwares, like there will be restriction. Restriction in the sense, keywords should be written in capital letters or small letters. That means uppercase, lowercase, you have to maintain. Like in C++, you have to write keywords in lowercase letters, that is small letters. But here also, in some softwares, it will be like in some softwares there is no restriction. You can write either capital letter or small letter. So better we write everything in small letter. Complete program we write in small letter. So depending on the context, we will change. For example, in C and C++, so constants variable, that means constants identifiers, we write in capital letter. For example, if I write const double, so pi value is constant, that is 3.14. So pi, capital letter will write. So that is the convention. It is not a rule, it is a convention, habit. So pi is equals to 3.143. Like this, we can write. So this identifier is a constant. So const is a keyword, double is the keyword, data type. This is an identifier, it is a constant. So its value is 3.14. Writing in capital letter. It is not a rule, just a habit of writing. Same thing. Either you can make it as habit of writing capital letter or small letter. It's your wish. Wherever in softwares only if there is restriction, then you have to follow like that. So in C++, keywords should be written in lowercase letters only. You have to write in lowercase letters only. So we cannot write as our like. Okay. So now we'll go to the in detail study of these commands. See, in SQL, first thing what we have to do is, first thing we have to create a table. So first thing we have to create a table. So to create a table, we have this command. By using this command, we can create a table. So create command is used to create a table. Okay. To create a table. So when we create a table, rows and columns exist. So in that rows and columns, we can add the data. See, difference between SQL table format and MS Excel table format is when you open MS Excel, already table will be there, rows and columns will be there, empty rows and columns will be there. Directly you can add the data. But in case of SQL, in case of DBMS database, table will not be there. First point, table will not be there. First, you have to create the table. So once you create the table, rows and columns will not be there. Only table will be there. Rows and columns is not there. That means empty table without rows and columns. Okay. You have to add the rows and columns. So when you add the row, when you are adding the row, simultaneously we will add the data. See, you should know the difference here. In MS Excel, we will not create a row. Rows are there already. One columns are also there. Just we will add the data. But here, what we do, we will create the table. So when we create the table, we are creating table with column heading. Remember, we are creating table with column heading. Okay, not with rows, not with empty rows. Only column heading will be there. Next thing, we have to add the row. When you add the row, simultaneously we'll add the data. That we will see in detail. We'll see. So create command is used to create a table. So when we create a table, the things what we get is we get the table and columns heading. When we create a table, we get the tables and columns heading. Got it? So to create a table and columns heading, we are using the command called as create. In detail, I will tell again. Okay. Next, alter. See, alter. The word itself tells. Alter meaning to modify. Alter meaning to modify. So what to modify? So you get the question, what to modify. So modify meaning, see, whenever we say modify or update, the meaning of modify or update meaning, either we can add or we can delete. Okay. So for example, if I say update the class, that means whatever class are there, S1, S2 class are there, update the class means either one student will be added to that class or one student will be deleted from the class. Update the marks, either you can increase the marks or you can decrease the marks. Update meaning some change, either increase or decrease. So similarly here also alter command is used to modify. Modify means Either we will add a column, okay, or we will delete a column. That means we are modifying the column heading. Okay. By using create command, we are creating a table, that is table and column heading. By using alter command, we will modify the table, that is adding a column or deleting a column. Drop. So meaning of drop is delete. Okay. So here delete means delete a table. Complete the table we are deleting. Without adding data, we are deleting the complete table. So you remember these three commands in video: create, alter, and drop. Create is used to create a table. Table means table and column heading. Alter is used to modify the table. That means adding a new column or deleting an existing column. Drop means deleting table. Okay. So now we'll see DML commands. So just you can take the screenshot or you can copy. I'll wait for me. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. Jayachandra, so what I do in offline class, so till where I have stopped in online class, I will continue. And afterwards, if time is there, once again we will discuss from first, starting from what is SQL and all. Okay. First, actually, we have to complete the syllabus. First thing. Again, revision will be there. So once we complete the syllabus, we can do the revision. So anyways, recorded class of this will be present in Teachment tab. You can see at any time. So Saturday, Sunday, you are getting 2 days time. Weekend curfew, you can look into the recorded video. So in offline class, so we'll continue the remaining topics. Once chapter is completed, again we will do the revision. Okay. Just full, you can copy whatever present on the, whatever it is present on the board, or you can take the screenshot. So we'll move further. Okay. So the letters on the board is visible properly. ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆನಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ? ಹಾಂ, ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. So next group of SQL command is DML. So data manipulation language, DML. See in detail of create, alter and drop, we will see once again. What is the syntax of create command? What is the example of create command? What is the example of drop command and all? We will see in detail. Now what we do, all the 5 group of commands, that is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL and DQL. So what are the commands which comes in this DDL, DML and DCL, TCL and DQL? We will see first. Later again in detail. Okay. Now coming to the DML. So the commands which comes in DML is, so insert. Okay. Next, select, update, delete. See, these are the keywords which are written in capital letters. It is not a rule, but you people should come to know. So the intention of writing capital letter is keywords. These are keywords. Insert, update, select and delete. See, the meaning of insert is add. Insert meaning add. Say insert an element in an array in a given position. What is that meaning? Adding a new element to the array in a given position. Same meaning here also. Add records. So records is nothing but information. Okay, records are nothing but information. Data we have to add to the database. So here data manipulation. Data we have to add. So here add records is nothing but add rows. So when you are adding rows, automatically data will be added. That means while adding rows only, we have to add the data. See, for example, if you consider the table like this, see, there is a table called as student with column heading like this. It is R number, roll number, name, class. Okay, if you consider this as the table, this is the table with one row. That row is nothing but heading. R and row is roll number heading, name is name heading, class is class heading. So roll number column, name column, class column. So roll number column heading is R and row, name column heading is name, class column heading is class. But data is not there. Okay. So this we will get by using create command. So once we use the create command in SQL, okay, to create SQL command, we'll get this information. That is, table will be created. So this is the table name. Student is the table name. Table will be created. Column headings are created. I said no. By using create command, we'll get the table column heading. Okay, that is roll number, name, and class. Now, if I want to add the data for this, okay, how to add the data? First, row we have to create a row. So like this empty row we have to get. Okay, empty row we have to get. Then you can add the data. So one row you have to get empty row. Then you can say roll number 1, name is XYZ, and class is first PUC or second PUC. Like this. Okay, first empty row we have to get it. So to get the empty row, so initially it will be like this. To get the empty row, we have to use this command called as insert. And one more thing is, by using insert command, only empty row will not get. Along with that row, information also we can add. That is, data also we can add. So add records meaning rows. When you are adding the row, record is added. That means record is nothing but data, information. Record is nothing but the information or the data. So when you are adding the row, records are added. That is the data. So simultaneously row will be created. Okay. Simultaneously row and data will be created. Like this. By using the command called as insert. And if you add one more row, again you have to use the insert command. One row will be created. So again, you will get the data like this. Second, by using insert command. In detail, you will see later. So just I'm telling in brief what are the things here. Syntax example you will see later. Next, select command. So select meaning get the data. See, this is stored in computer memory. Okay, so you can consider this entire thing will be stored in computer memory. So once it is stored in computer memory, if you want to display on the monitor to the user, so in C++ also, once you use the variable say int a is equals to 10, if you write int a is equals to 10, so value of a will be 10, which will be stored in computer memory. So value of a is 10, which will be stored in computer memory. If I want to display on the screen, I have to use the statement called as cout. Cout insertion operator a, then it will be displayed on the screen. So just if you write in a equals to 10, value 10 is stored in variable a, that is in computer memory. If you want to display on the screen, cout insertion operator a, it will be displayed on the screen. Similarly, this entire data is present in computer memory. If you want to display on the monitor, then you have to use this command. So get the data. So get the data is nothing but display the data. Not only for display, other operations also can do. But generally, by using select command, we are displaying the data on the screen. Okay. Next, update. See, update meaning modify. See, there are two commands, alter and update. Alter command is also used to modify. Update command is also used to modify. The difference is alter command is used to modify the columns. Update command is used to modify the rows. Remember, alter command is used to modify the columns. Update command is used to modify the rows. So when you say modify the rows, see in DBMS, modifying the rows is nothing but modifying the records. Modifying the records is nothing but modifying the data, the information present in the data. So to modify the information present in the data, then you have to use the update command. So update the rows. Rows is nothing but records. Records is nothing but data. So to update the data present in the database, we are using update command. To modify the table that is columns, we are using alter command. Alter command is used to modify the table, that is columns. Update command is used to modify the rows, that is information. Okay. Next, delete. So there is a command called drop. Previously we have discussed in DDL. Drop command is used to delete entire table, but delete command is used to delete. So delete the rows. So delete the rows means again it is nothing but the records data. To delete the rows, to delete the data, there is a delete. Okay. So just to copy these things or take the screenshot. So tomorrow we will continue the class. So today we will stop it. Just to take down these things. Okay. So you can copy or you can take the screenshot. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Sai Krishna, copy ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಶಾಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Sir, copied, sir.
Okay. Sai Krishna B. Okay, we can write. I will wait.